So I've had today's deck on the back burner for the last couple of months, but right now it's time to make some ish happen.
Was that a poop joke?
So what kind of ish is going to happen here? Well, let's talk about boosting our power of our creatures, or draining our opponents, or doing burn damage on attack, or all kinds of stuff that just gets doubled up by our commander Isshn, two heavens as one. For those who don't know what he does, he's a 3/4 human samurai for a red, a white, and a black Mardu colors. That says if a creature attacks and it causes a triggered ability to happen of a permanent you control, it does it twice. That's the layman's way of saying it. So any kind of attack triggers, with him down, you get two of them. Pretty easy to remember. So let's take a look at the deck. First column is my usual protection suite. If you've seen my white colored decks, you know I use pretty much the same ones. There's a few new ones here, so let's just kind of shorten this up a bit. The new ones are Fight as One. Since we have a human commander and a lot of non-human triggering creatures, this is kind of nice because then we get to save the commander and like one other creature from like a big board wipe of some sort. Then we usually have the usual suspects here. Lauren's Escape, Skrelv, Shelter, draws us a card, Valor Stance, protects and can destroy a creature, Swiftfoot Boots, Teferi's Protection, Unbreakable Formation, and then I have Lorehold Command in here. I like this one in this deck because it can actually be quite flexible and give us a multitude of options, because you have the option of creating a creature just to do stuff with. You can give all your stuff indestructible and +1/+0 until end of turn. You can burn something out of your way or just dome somebody and gain life, or you can sack a permanent and draw 2 cards. So it kind of hits all of the above categories, and it's just kind of a fun card to mess around with. We also have the removal column, and it's a lot of this usual stuff that I like to throw in here. Swords to Plowshares, Bloodchief's Thirst, Bone Shards is really nice too. Fateful Absence, Feed the Swarm, Heartless Act, Power Word Kill is in here because it just gives you an additional 2 mana blow something up kind of thing. Dire Tactics, since we're using a human commander, you're not going to lose the life on this very often, so it's a nice just exile that thing, get it out of here, and be gone the rest of the game. Path of Peril is a nice board sweep because a lot of the stuff that we have in the deck is mana value 3 or higher from the attack trigger stuff that's going on. So it's nice just to be like, oh, I'll just blow up all your small stuff and keep on trucking on through. Next up, we have the brand new Anguished Unmaking that was just reinserted into the game off the Shadows over Innistrad Remastery set. For 1, a white, and a black, you get to exile any non-land permanent and you lose 3 life. So it's just and the fun part here is they actually downshifted this. It was a rare in the actual printing and several reprintings they've done of it since then, and now it's actually coming in as an uncommon, so it's very nice on the wildcard front. We also have Mortify, which is the same cost as the Anguished Unmaking, but it just destroys a creature or an enchantment. Vanquish the Horde. If the board gets loaded up and you really need to clear it out, this is a good way just to sweep it out. And then the Meathook Massacre. Neg-X everything, and if a creature you control dies, each opponent loses 1 life. Pretty straightforward. And then we have a little bit of mana rock action going here. Signet, Cold Steel Heart, and Mindstone. There's, the generic stuff that I put in my decks. I never drew them when it really mattered for anything. The one game I actually drew a mana rock, my opponent blew it up, and I got mana screwed and died that game, and I don't even think I'm putting that in the recording. And then we have card draw, utility type stuff. We have Esper Sentinel. We have Bitter Reunion, which is a little bit of a newer card. It's an enchantment version of the Impulse Draws, where you discard a card, draw 2 cards. But I like it here because then you get to pay a colorless and sack it to get haste on something. So if you really want to get that attack trigger off on somebody that you know has a board wipe or could possibly have one, you can slam your creature, do this, and swing right away and get those triggers. We also have Big Score and Pirate's Pillage, just, bigger impulse draws, because you also get treasures off of them as well. And then we have Showdown of the Skulls. Now, this is not actual card draw. This is exile the top 4, and then you get to play those cards until your next turn. And then as you're casting those on the next turn, you get to put counters on your creatures. And the counters matter for some other stuff that's in here that I'm going to show you here in just a moment. So this big, long column here is all of the attack trigger creatures that we have in the deck. Things like Vicious Conquistador, target opponent, or when you attack, each opponent loses 1 life. Children's Assimilator. This is just added into the game through the alchemy stuff. It's a 3/1 with menace that says when it enters the battlefield or attacks, exile up to one card from a graveyard. If the card is exiled this way, you conjure a duplicate into the top 5 cards of your library at random. So as you attack, you'll actually nail 2 cards on the attack, and then you sit there and you put 2 copies of those spells into your deck. You got Battlecry Goblin. +1/+0 gains haste until end of turn. There's enough goblins here that might matter. The big thing here, though, is the pack tactics. When it attacks, if you've attacked with 6 or greater power, you create an attacking goblin token as well, so you get a couple of those. Triumphant Adventurer ventures into the dungeon when it attacks. Crop Honor Captain, +1/+0 until end of turn for your creatures when it attacks. Now this one's a little different. The first part of it doesn't really matter all that much unless you get the second part of it to get going. This is Liara of the Flaming Fist. For a white and a red, you get a 2/2 human soldier that says at the beginning of each combat, each creature you control gets +1/+1 until end of turn if you control another creature with the same name or one of them is in your graveyard. Which, this is a singleton format, it's a little difficult. But you do get a little help there with the ability that's on here. For a white, a red, and a colorless, another target non-token creature you control gains first strike and double team until end of turn. Activate only as a sorcery and only once. So you only get to do this one time in a game. But what you do is you target a creature, it gains double team. Double team is actually an attack trigger. So you'll actually get 2 copies of the spell going into your hand when you attack with it. There is a game in here that I think I'm leaving in the footage where I did a Goldspan Dragon, swung, and I got 2 Goldspans into my hand off of it, and that was kind of funny. We also have Sky Knight Vanguard, creates Soldier token on attack. Nadar, when it enters or attacks, you get a Venture, so you're going to get 2 Venture triggers. Graveyard Trespasser eats things out of the graveyard. Billow's Breath Ogre, this is another alchemy card. For 2 and red, you get a 3/3 with intensity 1. It says when it attacks, it deals damage equal to its current intensity to any target, that's creatures or players, and then it gets an increase in intensity by 1. So you're going to swing, you'll get the first trigger, you'll deal it, and then it'll trigger again, and it'll actually see the next level of intensity. So you could, right away, you could, lightning bolt somebody off of this with Isshn on the board. We also have Bolt Hound. On attack, +1/+0 all your creatures. Clamor Shaman, when it attacks, up to 1 creature can't block this turn. So you attack with Isshn, 2 creatures can't do it. Krenko, put a counter on there and make a bunch of goblins equal to his power. Triggers twice with Isshn. Rage Forger. Now, the first part's not going to matter that much. You put counters on your other shamans. There's only 1 or 2 in the deck aside from him. But whenever a creature you control with a counter on it attacks, you can have it deal damage to a player or planeswalker. So the +1 counters off of Showdown matters, and there's some other stuff that puts +1/+1 counters on our creatures, and we'll see those in just a moment. We have Squee, Dubious Monarch, attacks, creates goblins. War Leader, attacks, creates cats. Tenured Inkcaster, one of the +1/+1 counters, matter type creatures. When it enters, it puts a counter on a creature, and when a creature you control attacks that has a counter on it, each opponent loses a life. You gain a life, so you're going to get double the triggers as long as you're putting a bunch of counters on your other stuff. Delina Wild Mage, when she attacks, you roll the d20s and you get to copy a creature, so you're going to get 2 shots at getting that big high roll to keep it chaining. Hellrider deals damage on attack. Tectonic Giant, same thing, deals damage on attack. Thundering Raiju, +1/+1 counter creatures will deal extra damage when you have them on the board. Rhea Ivor, she actually creates board presence for you to go wide, but then she also has her Battle Cry trigger, which on attack gives +1/+0, and that actually it will actually double up with Isshn. We have Rabble Rousing. This is an attack trigger as well. So for every creature that attacks, you get a token. Well, you'll get 2 tokens per attacker, so you can easily hit the hideaway status on this of 10 creatures and just free cast something that's just nasty for your opponents. We have Chaos Bailer. This thing is actually kind of nutty. It says when it attacks or dies, you choose 2 modes, and each mode targets a different player. The target player discards all the cards in their hand and then seeks that many non-land cards. So you can, target yourself to, ditch your stuff, seek some stuff out. do 2 damage to target player and they create 2 treasures. So sometimes you just burn somebody for 4 damage if Isshn's around. Or the one I like, it deals 2 damage to each creature target player controls. Those creatures perpetually get +2/+0. Well, it doesn't matter if they get that if they're dead. So little stuff, do 2 damage to all their stuff and it dies. Now if it's a little bit bigger, do it twice with Isshn, deal 4 damage to all their stuff. Again, doesn't matter. If they're dead, they're not there to bother you anyways. And then you have a free and clear swing on your opponent. We also have Goldspan Dragon. As I mentioned earlier, I targeted this with a Liara, made extra copies of Double Team, while it also has the attack trigger and it creates multiple treasures as long as Isshn's around. Scrolling on down, we have one more. This is Italia the Primal Storm for 4 red, 6/6 Elder Dinosaur that when it attacks, exile the top card of each player's library, and you can cast the spells among those cards without paying for them. So with 2 triggers, you get to basically draw 4 off of both decks and get up to 4 spells off of it. It's just a funny top-end finisher for the deck. And then the last column here is stuff that kind of glues the deck together and makes things kind of work a little bit better for us. And it mostly has stuff to do with +1/+1 counters. Basri Solidarity puts a counter on each of your creatures. Limerick Aspirant passes counters around. Aran Benalia's Ruin, you sack a creature, put a counter on each other one you got. Veldar Retreat, you play a land, you can either make tokens or you put counters on all your stuff and they have vigilance until end of turn. So all that stuff, it's like, well, if it has a counter on it when it attacks, you get something out of it. This is stuff to make those things tick and just make your attackers more threatening in general. And then the last thing is just a copy of Fable of the Mirror Breaker. This, you know what this is. Creates a Kiki-Jiki at the end of it, but it's kind of neat because it gives you a little bit of card draw, gives you a creature that generates treasures, and it gives you a way to basically copy these things that are generating these attack triggers. As long as they're not legendary, you're just like, okay, I'll make an extra Goldspan Dragon, or I'll make an extra Triumphant Adventurer, or whatever thing you need, and you get multiple triggers off of those things. So, you copy a Triumphant Adventurer, and all of a sudden you're venturing, 4 times with Isshn on the board. Or say you have the Hellrider out, you copy it, and you're going to get 4 damage per attacking creature with Isshn out. That's how kind of nutty this is. And then we just have the generic mana base for Mardu. Plains, Swamps, Mountains. I have a Den of the Bugbear in here because it has an attack trigger on it, so you'll get multiple Goblin tokens off of it if you have Isshn out. All of the black and white, all of the white, or red and black, all of the red and white, all those lands that we can get our hands on. We also have Savai Triome as the tri-land in the deck. We have Command Tower and Forsaken Crossroads and Mana Confluence, and then Plaza of Heroes to help protect and smooth our curve out. This is the deck. I hope you guys enjoy it. Let's talk about it after the gameplay. Yarok. Alright, well, let's see what happens. I've had good games against Yarok, and I've had horrific games against Yarok. Let's go ahead and just play that. That's fine. I don't have a turn 2 red to play to worry about. And we don't have anything. I mean, there's nothing here to cast, so. It's the goose. Alright. So, I guess let's just make them have something for this. Because if they don't, I'm probably bolt hounding. I think it just depends on what they do here. Now, if I draw a land, I'm probably going to do Showdown. I could also just drop Delina and make them just keep having removal spells. Okay, so we got Bastion. It's alright. That I am not worried about. Alright. Do I just... Because next turn they're probably going to drop... I'm just trying to think what I want to do here. I think the play is to Bolt Hound and then use the Bone Shards on the Gilded Goose. So they can't use that to screw me over, essentially. Because this way it slows down what's coming down the pipeline by at least a turn. Now, Showdown is probably going to be the guaranteed play this turn. Yeah, because they have removal, and that's fine. Now I don't have red mana, though. So that does mess me up. So I can play Delina. I'm going to go ahead and swing with the Bolt Hound. That's the first step here. And I'm just trying to think, do I want to put Delina out there? Because otherwise I have to swing right into a Yarok. Well, no, I don't, because I have Feed the Swarm. So let's just put this down. Because if they spend their entire turn playing Feed the Swarm, playing Yarok, I can just use Feed the Swarm on it and still get the swing with Delina. Or I can do it on a Scoot Swarm. Inversely, I can just sit here and wait and then vanquish the board. So, alright, what do I do with this? Do I just kill the Scoot Swarm outright? Probably. They can still gang block Delina, though. And I don't want that. Let's just go ahead and do Showdown. See what we get off of this. Well, we got a Clifftop Retreat. We'll play Esper Sentinel off of it. No attacks. Not really concerned about the other two spells that came off of that. I'm actually more interested in playing the other stuff that's in my hand. There's the thing for Yarok, which I'm fine with. Though I may need to just vanquish the Horde and destroy this board, because this is looking kind of dicey. In which case, the Pirate's Pillage becomes a little better. Yeah, this is going to get really ugly really quick. Do I? I mean, I'm going to take the damage anyways. I might as well go ahead and block some of this. Because it's like, the damage from the Bastion is still going to trigger and still hit me. So it's like, if I let it hit now, I'm still getting screwed later. Although, God, all these scoots are going to be a huge issue. I think Pirate's Pillage, discarding the Bellows Breath. No, not Bellows Breath. Shoot. Yeah. Discard the Bellows Breath. Put a counter on Delina. Hey, there's a land. Let's go with red. And we'll leave that on top. Let's do... So do I give them a life, or do I just... Yeah, screw it. You know what? We're going to do her up. It's a big fat whatever. I mean, they'll get the life off of Yarok, and I'm just going to vanquish the Horde. I really don't care. Because I could have let that just, do whatever, but... And by that, what I mean is I could have just blew the board up or whatever, but there also is a chance of a good, just random roll coming in where I get a bunch of stuff. And it's just like, I can't really not do that. So, but, you know, whatever. I've been behind the 8 ball this whole time, so I kind of have to come up with something. So I'm trying to think what to do next turn, if I play Liara or if I play and then play Felidar Retreat. Or vice versa, play the Felidar Retreat and then play Liara. Alright. So let's play this. I guess I could have done that the other way around. I should have done that the other way around, to be honest. Let's make a cat. And then we'll pass. I still have Feed the Swarm, so if they replay their Yarok, I can just kill it with Feed the Swarm. Which is one of the reasons why I was a little reluctant to let the removal spell go. Yes, it will do a ton of damage to me to do that, but... Alright, Felidar Retreat's gonna go boom. That's alright. It could be worse. We'll hang on to that. Well, hey, look at that. It's a Goldspan Dragon. I'll take that. Because the nice part is, now I have enough mana to recast Isshn off of that. So we'll go ahead and play him. So then this gives them, you know, they either can replay their Yarok and blow their entire turn, and then I still have the feed up, or they can spend their turn trying to remove some of the stuff I just put down. Alright, there's their whole turn spent on a Yarok. I'm okay with that. Because then I just do this and go, no. That's the beautiful part about this. Yes, I know. Next. Now, she has to attack, right? Oh no, I got paid to do that. Gains first strike and double team. Only activate as a sorcery. Okay, that's fine. No. Just those. I wasn't paying attention to this. I was thinking it was an attack trigger. It's an activated ability. But that's okay. Gotta try to get through this. So, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, one more mana, they can recast Yarok again. Alright, so the cat token's going poof. Really? That's mildly surprising. Unless, well, that might be the reason why they did it. They probably want the Plague Crafter because it's bigger. But I'm still kind of surprised. Alright. And that's fine. Oh, it's rabble rousing. Okay, I like that. Let's drop Rabble Rousing. Let's see what we get off of it. That's bad for us at this point. That's not really good. Let's go with Lower Hold Command. And wait, yeah, I activate this. Goldspan can be the double team. And then Goldspan's gonna swing. I'll leave Isshn back. So I'll get a copy of the Goldspan Dragon. I'll have enough treasures to cast the copy too. And I'm getting a 2 copies of the Rabble Rousing triggers as well. I could have probably attacked with Isshn too, because that and left that open, but I didn't do that. So let's go ahead and do this. I forgot double team actually triggers twice with Isshn because it is technically an attack trigger that you're just adding on. Alright, let's go ahead and end the turn. That's really the only reason I'm using Liara in this deck, because otherwise it sucks in a singleton format. It's just that activated ability. And I'm just not used to using it because it's one of the first times I've actually drawn the card. So... But we are precariously low right now. If they have a couple removal spells, we're in deep crap. Wow. Okay. Yeah, there's the deep crap. So be it. All right. So Isshn's gonna die because we have to block. We have to block. There's no way I can't. There's no way I'm just sticking 2 of those in front of it. They didn't swing. Really? Okay, intercept. Goldspan Dragon. So, this becomes a matter of, yeah, I'm just going to, because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we're swinging. Like, we're going all out on this one. Yep. Let's see. Let's do 3 damage to any target, gain 3 life, and sack and draw. So 3 to the Plague Crafter, and yeah, I'm drawing. And we'll go ahead and sack one of my treasures. Resolve. I mean, I could have given them +2 and made them hit a little harder, but I didn't think that was, like, the right play. I'm gonna go ahead and play Nadar. Let's go with... We'll go with the thing that keeps me alive a little bit longer. I think that's the wiser play here. I'm just hoping I'm not walking into a board wipe. Because, like, a Crux of Fate would just break my back right now. Alright, so... I mean, we have a bunch of tokens. Rabble Rousing will double trigger off of every single one of them. Right now, we're just drawing lands, though. That is not good. In the least. And I really don't want to attack into Yarok with Nadar. So... Though I could, because I have that. There's a big case to be said for doing this. Let's attack with everything except for Isshn. We'll go ahead and do that. He gets to do it again. I like that card, but not right now. It would have been good earlier. Target creature can't attack until my next turn. Yeah, we'll do that with Yarok. No double life dip in here for you. You'll get one, you're not getting two. Alright. So, Plaza of Heroes is going to do this. We're going to make that indestructible. Yes, they'll gain the life, but I don't care about that part of the equation. I just want to keep Nadar alive. Mortal Sun, which is like whatever. They can't attack with Nadar. And we have enough stuff that I think they're dead. So I apparently made the right decisions on what to discard and when to cast what. So, which is a good thing. So they'll gain 4, go to 12. Yeah, this is like whatever. Hassan Chop. Let's go. Does not matter, does not matter. And yeah, why not? Primal Storm. Let's go for it. Oh, that's fun. Alright. I love when I can beat a Yarok deck because that deck is so freaking broken. And I know firsthand because I have a copy of it in paper. Mishra. Alright. Let's see how they've built their version of the deck. Okay, we have our colors. Yeah, I like this. We'll drop Esper Sentinel to start with. Go Swamp on 2, Ridge on 3. I mean, we're pretty good. And that keeps Isshn live. What the heck is up with the lands? Wow. They must have glitched something out on that stuff. Let's go ahead and play Isshn. Okay, they did not have anything because it didn't hang up priority there. Never, and don't forget, you can do that. You can, like, if you want to fish to see if they have something in their hand that they can cast, you can just cast a spell to see what the priority is. That's one of the things that kind of sucks about Arena is, like, you can kind of cheese it a little bit. No, we'll eat that. Let's go with the red. And we'll do... Would do Thundering Raiju? Or do I just kill his thing? I think while the defenses are down, we're just going to go all out. And I'm just going to put counters on everything. Well, not everything, but 2 on the Esper Sentinel. Just so they can't block and kill it. So now it's like, do I get hit with like a Languish or something of that nature? No, they do not have double black. And they can't afford to pay for Esper Sentinel. Okay. Pretty good. Also, pretty dead. Are they waving the white flag here? Because all I gotta do now is swing and they die. Because I just do this. Counter. Counter. Next. Oof. That was a quick one. Raiju can do some hellacious stuff in this deck. Minsc and Boo. So we got Blingin' Hamsters. Crap. If I draw a black mana, I really like this hand. If I don't draw one, it's gonna suck. Hello. Alright. Well, there's a black mana, but... I'm I'm going to do this because I really would like to get this Triumphant Adventurer online. Because, like, the cool play would be to have Adventurer on 2, and if I get another untapped land, have Isshn on 3. Well, hey. Sometimes you get your wish. And other times they might have a burn spell. Oh, it was just the core, I guess. Okay. So, Svella. Okay. So let's do... I think we'll just do the mountain so we don't take the damage. Though... This is kind of dicey. You know what? We're going to kill Svella, and then we're also going to kill the Llanowar Elf. We're just going to stunt their mana. As much as I want that double spell turn, I like it better doing this, because that, or getting the double triggers off of this with Isshn. I'd rather just go ahead and do the 2 spell offs and save myself the headache. Alright, there's Isshn. We do have Fight as 1, so if they decide to pull any stunts, we have a protection spell on hand. We'll go ahead and do this. And I don't care about that right now. And create a treasure because we have the availability. I don't have a target for the other thing, so... Alright, so we have Fight as 1 ready. We have Swords, so I can actually do both of these this turn if need be. Alright. Alright, so when they go to activate this, I'm going to Swords it. Alright, we're going to go ahead and Swords it. I'll take the damage. So they're only going to gain 1. And we'll pay the temple. We will, since I have Clamor Shaman in hand, I'm going to go ahead and keep the Rage Forger on top. And we're going to play the Clamor Shaman. We're going to have it with haste. I'm going to send these 2 at Minsc and Boo, so it'll die. We'll go ahead and do this, and then Rage Forger can stay on top. Don't care about the land in between, though. And then we're going to... We'll create the 2. I don't... Yeah. I don't want the Rage Forger getting exiled because I don't have enough mana to cast it right now. But now I have 2 protection spells in hand, so any kind of burn, I can save a couple of things. Actually, I can save all 3 of my mainline creatures. The tokens would be the only thing that would die. Alright, hold up. Colorless, white, red. I want certain things to cast off. I don't care. Like, that's a whatever. Next, Clamor Shaman will swing. You know blocking. Face. Face. You. And... Ooh, Delina. Oh, never mind. We'll leave that on top. Because I forgot I get the freebies, too. Okay, so do I want... Just... I think I just Anguish on making this, right? Or do I play Delina? Let's do the fun play. Like, screw it. Because I have Heartless. Okay, I have Heartless in my hand. Let's, like, Heartless Act. We'll just crush this. Go away. No blocker for you. And I still have Fight as 1. Delina's an elf, so I can save Isshn and Delina if they like go with like a generic board sweep of some sort. It's Gnawbone. Okay. Well, they're gonna get some treasures here. They're gonna get some plays off. It's not counters, which sucks. That's okay. Alright, they have an Ancient Copper Dragon. I'm like, whatever. Alright, we're just gonna do this. Remove the possible blocker. Just gonna go, nope. And we'll copy... It's like, what do I copy? Rage Forger, maybe? I don't know. Shanna Purifying Blade, alright. So, life gain. Well, so far, we've had a really good time with this deck tonight. I've beat up on a Yarok deck. I just got done beating up on a Minsc and Boo deck. So, all in all, it's been pretty good. I like this. Go ahead and keep that just because I have I have Sky Knight Vanguard into Bolthound, which is kind of fun. We'll go ahead and play that because Swords of Plowshares can be used for various things that I don't like. That might be one of them. Because, yeah, I don't like that. That first strikes my my Bolthound and other things that aren't cool. So now we have, we have the option. We can do Isshn and swing with the Vanguard, and I get 2 tokens off of it. We can also do Bolthound and do the same thing, but then they might have a pump for it. I think Isshin's the safer of the two, only because I don't feel like having like a Snakeskin Veil or something like that make the might screwy, and that's fine. We got 2 tokens. That's all right. And that would have killed my Bolthound too. So either way, I was losing something. Alright, let's do black. And we'll go ahead and do the Vicious Conquistador. And do I do the Bolthound? I mean, it almost guarantees they would do something there. I'm going to go ahead and swing with this. Because they sat back, they might actually have something to try to kill Isshn with. Alright. Nothing there, that's fine. I could have sat back and waited and played Rhea, but... Alright, let's do a white. I still don't have enough to like do the double play, so let's go ahead and play Rhea Ivor. We'll put the thing on Isshn. Okay, so they're gonna trade. I'll get 3 Phyrexian Mites. Wrath of God would really suck right now. Wrath or Day of Judgment would just make me want to roll over and cry. Okay. So they might be mana short. They are mana short. Okay. And I'm okay with that. Let's just... we have the mana, so let's just go pedal to the metal here. We're actually going to put this on Rhea herself. And Battle Cry is an attack trigger, so you do get double the Battle Cry. I think that's lethal, but don't quote me on that. Oh yeah. Whoops. That hurt. So behold the power of the attack trigger. This is just so stupid. It's another Yarok deck. Let's see if we have as good a luck this time. The last one was a bit of a fight. Ooh. I don't like the attack trigger stuff that's in my hand, so I kind of want to keep this hand. Because this actually curves from Isshn straight into the Leonin War Leader, or a big scorer. So I'm kind of liking that. We'll keep the land because I need to keep the lands flowing to get to a Tali. It's just a pity we don't have a mana rock in hand to keep forcing things up. Okay, Skyclave Shade. That's a big whatever. Let's go ahead and play Isshn. Now they might take a turn off to, kill something. I don't know. Really? Oh, hit my tab button by accident. Whoops. Well, that didn't affect my land spread whatsoever here. We're just gonna go ahead and swing. All the little bits of damage will add up, and then I don't think they're gonna do their Ruin Crab because I think they just want to use that as a double trigger. Wow, 3 lands. Ouch. That kind of hurts. Just a little bit. Alright, there goes Isshn, and that's fine. He can go back to the command zone. I'm probably just recasting it, though, at this point. So I can just get the double triggers. So they're gonna... Oh, they're not gonna block that. Okay. Oh, okay. They let it through. I mean, I would have blocked one of them. If you're not going to block the Leonin War Leader, you could have just blocked one of those. Alright, my Hell Rider went. Damn. That would have been really good right now. Alright, so we have Bone Shards and Feed the Swarm available. I'm just going to kill your Skyclave Shade. That's a whatever. Let's just go with... I'm going to do Feed the Swarm on... Or actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to Bone Shards. Discard a card. We'll get rid of Yarok. We'll discard the Graveyard Trespasser. I think I can kill them this turn. We'll Clamor Shaman with haste. I think this is lethal. But like, as the saying goes, math is for blockers. Let's see what happens. Ooh, yeah. That's a little more than lethal. I love this deck. I had no idea. I've been sitting on this thing for a good month now, and I was just waiting to pull it out. It's so silly. Gisela. Alright, so somebody is trying to do the Brisella meld thing. I kind of like this hand. If we get a black mana, that'd be great. Well, I have a black mana, I forgot. So, we have all of our colors for Isshn. So we could, in theory, go straight into it. We'll start with just the flat plains, because we can do that. We'll say hello back. I don't usually tell anybody hello, but I just tend to be nice about it. Since we have that, we'll just go ahead with this. We'll keep Anguished Unmaking on top. I like having the extra removal available to us. Yeah, Angel swords it. You can gain your life. I don't care. Go away. Let's go ahead and do Isshn. Because Squee has haste, so if they want to spend their turn killing Isshn, well, you know, there it is. Otherwise, I'm just going to Anguish Unmaking their Gisela, so be my guest, play it. Or I could just Fateful Absence, whatever. I have options. The other play, if they remove Isshn, is I could do big score, get the 2 treasures off of it, and then Fateful Absence the whatever they play here. Okay, it's Righteous Valkyrie, and that's whatever. Let's do the Swamp. Because they have a white mana open. This makes me want to just nail it with an Anguished Unmaking. Because if they make it indestructible, I don't care at that point. So now this turn, I can play Squee and have the Fateful Absence open instead. Versus if I would have Fateful Absence there and they, you know, it still destroyed it, whatever, it doesn't matter because then it's still going to be there to have to be dealt with. And then I would have only 2 mana available, and I've already used my 2 mana removal spell. So you'll have to forgive me if I'm a little rambly at the moment. I'm getting tired. Rooftop. Screw it. If they want to lose 2 creatures to get rid of this, I'm kind of okay with that. Actually, no, I'm not. Or am I? Yeah, I'm okay with that. I was thinking, do they want to try to gang block Squee? But I'm kind of okay with them making other decisions. Because I'd rather have the Fateful Absence to kill Gisela or Bruna if they have it. Come on, play your Gisela. Okay. What we got here? 3 toys. They returned that. Okay. I'm okay with that. I mean, I can just kill it. No, this board's kind of making me go, We're going to ditch the land. Okay, Dire Tactics. What can I do here with a Dire Tactics? I can get rid of the Extraction Specialist. That would probably be the smart play. So they can't keep juggling that for various odds and ends. Let's go ahead and swing. We're going to keep pushing this. Just that. Okay. I mean, so far I've had some good pinpoint exiles on their stuff. Let's see what they do here. I mean, they probably have a Bruna available soon. I also want to keep Fateful Absence up for that thing. Let them pay the mana into it. I'm not gonna jump the gun until they decide how much they're paying. If they want to dump all their mana into that thing, I'm okay with that. Because then I just do this and say no. Or actually, no. Yeah. No. Shoot. Resolve. My brain is like, wait. Let them swing if they're going to swing. Then blow it up. Like I said, I'm getting tired at this point, so my decision making is kind of sketch. Okay, yeah. Now we're just going to blow it up. Alright. Because we also have that coming online, so... Ooh, Chaos Baylor is really, really damn good. So, let's set this to red. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, blah, blah. Untap, because I want to be able to cast both. Yeah, we're actually just going to do that. We're going to cast both. And then I'm just going to sit on it. Because they can gang block Isshn, and I want double triggers and all this crap. So if they want to, you know, spend their turn setting up something, Chaos Baylor is going to take care of that real quick. Because the cool part is it doesn't matter if they, if I give them perpetual, you know, damage or whatever, if all their creatures are dead. And let's see here. This says 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. This is lethal if they don't get rid of the Chaos Baylor. Oh boy. Alright, so 2 damage each creature target player controls. And I'll go ahead and discard. So I'll discard my hand, yes. 2 damage to all your stuff. 2 damage to me. And same thing here. So I'll discard, yes. 2 damage to your stuff. Like, I don't care. More squeeze stuff. Crap on our captain's attack triggers are on the stack. Your board's gone. And now you die. Good game. Real quick, I just want to see what the damage... That's the first time I got the Chaos Baylor to do that. I just want to see what the damage is. So it's... 4, 5, 6 times 3 is 18, 21, 27, 31, 36. So 36 damage across the board. With Chaos Baylor, don't be afraid to do the whole perpetual damage thing because, again, like I said, it doesn't matter if they have a board full of creatures. If they're all dead, doesn't matter. Olivia. All right. We got us Vampire Reanimator. Sure. I can actually cast a good chunk of my hand even on the just off the 2 lands. I mean, sure, if you want to spend your time killing him, be my guest. Alright, she's up. Kinda. I think I kinda want to do Nadar, actually. Let's just do this one, because that one's the fun one. Takes the longest to get through, but it's the fun one. Hey, it's Doomy. I have a bone shards for you. But it means I can't cast my other stuff. But that's okay. Let's discard... We'll discard the Inkcaster. It's the least relevant at the moment. I mean, go ahead, do more damage to yourself. I'm okay with that. Limerarch Aspirant will be getting played here when they're done surveilling their way to whatever. Alright, so we'll do Aspirant. I'll put the counter on Nadar, and we'll just go ahead and swing. Scry time. Isn't doing much for us right now because I don't have any other lands in hand. Okay, there's the Crimson Bride. They're gonna bring their Doom Whisperer back. Okay. That's fine. Okay. So I can kill something out. I could kill Olivia, then the Doom Whisperer would die too. Or do I play... They're at 15 life. If I do Isshn, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I gotta redo this math. Hang on one second. I gotta do a thinking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I think it's lethal if I just play Isshn. I could be wrong. This is one of those weird instances. I'm not sure. We're gonna do target creature can't attack, which is Olivia. And then we're gonna do the Scry 2. We'll keep the Anguish Unmaking on top. I was wrong. It's only 13 damage. And that's okay. The pity they didn't surveil some more. Now, the cool part is, again, if I kill Olivia, the Doom Whisperer gets to die. Okay. I still have options. I think I'm just going to Anguish Unmaking Olivia. Because that takes care of the blocking assignment. I can put a counter on Honored Crop Captain and just swing all out. And that's lethal. Yeah, because at least 3 damage is going to get through. So what did you guys think? I really had a lot of fun with this deck. I kind of had it on the back burner for a while. I built this back when Brothers War came out, as evidenced by the Brothers War basic lands that are sitting in the deck. And I just kind of never played it. And then I was like, oh, I'll wait until the next set comes out. And then Phyrexia All-Will-Be 1 came out. And I was like, let's insert some stuff there. And then I still kind of sat on it. And then I'm like, you know what? Finally, I'm going to pull this thing out and play it. And I'm impressed. This thing, like, just totally smokes through people. If they don't have a way to deal with Isshn or deal with your attack trigger creatures, you're just going to plow them over. The games that I lost, basically I lost to mana screw because I either got color screwed or I just didn't draw any lands off a deck, which, you know, that happens in Magic. But otherwise, this thing sang for me, and I love it. This is a fun deck. If you have the cards for it, or you have at least a handful of them to just kind of get started on it, I highly recommend building this deck if you like, you know, just having multiple triggers going off and just weird things happening on the battlefield. I loved it. This was a great deck. If you guys have any suggestions for it, I would be more than willing to listen. Let me know in the comments below. And as always, thank you for watching and have a great day.